Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I am just having kind of a cozy day today. It is our Canadian Thanksgiving long weekend and I'm just hanging out in my studio. My daughter was here with me and she's just gone for a little bike ride with her dad and her brother, and she was playing with her little handmade Waldorf dollies here that I got her when she was very, very little. This one is super cute. It's got this red hair. This whole little mushroom comes off, but these were made by a friend of mine named Tamara, and she makes beautiful little Waldorf dollies, and these are so soft. They're all made from like cashmere sweaters and needle felting, and I could definitely make these ones, but I just, every Waldorf artist has their own style, and hers is just so charming to me. I just really love them. And yeah, so they are just little treasures that live in this house. But that being said, I'm doing a bunch of different things, and I felt like just making a little video to say hello and see what you all are up to. And so yeah, let's do that. I also yesterday we went out for the day, and I just got this kind of thought in mind that I wanted to get started on making a palette or a swatch book, swatching all my things, like just paint samples and so on, like just anything I want to swatch. I want to have a book of swatches. So I found this journal that I've had for a super long time. I don't even know when I got it, but I've had it for a very long time, and I don't know if this company still exists, but it was called Yesterday's Paper from Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's quite possible that I got this over probably 10 or 15 years ago when we went on a road trip from our home. At the time we were living in Mississauga, and we went all the way to Newfoundland, and we just drove. And so yeah, this is Recover. The cover of this journal comes from a book that had lived a full life. We rescued it from its slumber and bound 100 sheets of recycled paper within to make this a miraculous Recover journal. Each cover is unique, well used, and happy to have a renewed life. Paper is 100% recycled from 50% consumer waste. Paper is Eco Logo approved and watermarked, perfect for recovering your thoughts. A miraculous recovery. Reuse, recycle, and recover. And they say feel free to take this off and recover it. So why don't we do that, because I probably don't need it on here. So that being said, it's this cute today's best nonfiction book, and I just got started and did one palette page. Now this one's a little kind of formal, like strict, stringent. I used a stencil to create these squares with the lines, and just I want to add all of the names of the colors in. I picked up 3 of these Pigma graphics markers, and I just used a 1mm bullet to do the marking in archival ink. So I don't think all the swatch pages are going to be this, geometric. It'll probably be a lot looser, but I just wanted something like this to kind of start the book off. So I'm happy with it, and I've decided what I'm going to do on the back is just write down what it is. So these are Artist Loft watercolor pencils, 24 of them, and I did it in 2024. And this paper is really nice. It's like it almost feels like, handmade paper, because it's got that post-consumer waste in it. You see the flecks and things. So yeah, I'm really happy with this as a choice. I was struggling yesterday. I picked up a couple of small sketchbooks, but one of them is for a different project I'm working on for Patreon. I have something very exciting, a 52-week project we're going to do on Patreon. I'm planning it a bit today. It's going to take me a little while to plan it, but we will get there. So I'm also working on creating a couple of palettes for yarn that I want to spin. So we have these 2 buckets right here. I'm going to back up just a little. One moment. There we go. Now you can kind of see both of the plastic buckets. So I am working on creating a couple of yarns. So I've got this that I want to kind of split right down the center, and I've just unwound it from its bundle that I wrapped. It was in a hank. my swallowtail butterfly colorway that I dyed. And we just got to untwist it as we pull, kind of, because it likes to twist on itself, which is no fun. Let's tease out this little knotty bit. It's actually got a bit of a cotton band on it. There we go. That's the problem. Okay, and this is a viscose fiber that I really love using, and it is actually from a local mill. It is a mill end fiber. Sorry, I'm just going to hold it up and kind of pull it apart here, because see how it twists? It just gets very twisty. But I thought it would be nice to kind of go through a bit of what I'm doing today. I'm probably going to go out a little bit later. I'm feeling kind of, I don't know, discombobulated this week. I want to do so many things at once that I'm feeling a little like I don't know what to do with myself or something. It's very weird. So there's more in this bucket than there is in this bucket, I think, a little bit. And I have some tencel, merino tencel, that I want to use. And this comes apart much easier. It's a loftier, lighter weight fiber. So it can kind of handle that erratic twisty noodle that happens without getting so, oops, until this one gets involved. Just kind of go backwards, skipping rope here. Yeah, but I think I'll go out later. I was feeling like it's the kind of day where I want to bake. It's quite cold and windy outside, and I want to do food prep for the week, and I'm going to make a lovely wholesome dinner. I think I'm going to stuff a nice big butternut squash from my garden with other roasted vegetables, or do like a big roasted vegetable medley with like some nuts and some cheese and stuff. It'd be nice. Okay, so we're gonna swap a little bit of this in here because this is considerably heavier. So I think I want to take another little strip from about half of it to put it in the other bucket. And right maybe there, I'd say, is a good halfway point. So I'll put this back, put that in here. Yeah, and that feels more equal. Then, what else do we want to do to build this palette? I think some nice yellow sheep's locks. That bit of purple out of there. I don't think I want that to be part of my swallowtail colorway. A little bit more for that one. And then I've also got some lovely blue. These are Teeswater locks, so they're very fine and curly. Okay, a little bit less in that one. That's good. And then I need a little bit more wool. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got a little bit of this. I just dyed this wool a little bit ago here in a crock pot, and it's some nice blues. Then we'll add a little bit of magic with this Angelina sparkle. And then this is a little bit of, this is Feltable Merino. So untreated, natural, lovely merino in a couple different blues. And I got a little bit of this fun little lock. And then I'm going to put a blob of white Blueface Leicester in each of these. This one and this one. Okay, so these are my two palettes for the two yarns that I'm going to make that are going to be swallowtail themed. So I'm also going to take this black and this yellow, and I'm going to be spinning in bits of thread into these as well. So I will set those aside because those are for a little later. We're not going to spin right now. And I guess I'll show you a few little things that I got. I don't have enough stuff for like an actual like haul type video right now. I'm not doing much in the way of shopping, but I wanted to get this label off here. Whew. So I found this lovely folio society book, the Folio Book of Days. Now, folio society books are quite expensive. I don't know what this one is worth, or if it's part of a collection, I'm not sure, but I got it mainly for, I mean, the box is beautiful. I think I'd cover this side. I love this. It's like a gold and blue. It reminds me, there's this beautiful Beam Paints watercolor color. I forget what it's called, but it's like a midnight sky kind of color with like a dark navy and gold, and that's exactly what this is. But like, look at that cover. It's amazing. Celestial, and it's got that amazing paper in here too. So the Folio Book of Days, the Folio Society London 2002, and it is natural to be curious about what people might have been up to or thinking or writing to each other on a particular day in a previous century. This book provides one set of answers among the myriad available to satisfy such inquisitiveness. It draws not merely on diaries, but on letters, on eyewitness accounts, on a few speeches and a few sermons as well, by more than 100 people. In fact, on any source that is dated, and for once the day of the month is more important than the year, kings and queens, presidents, loiterers in the corridors of power, avid diarists and compulsive letter writers, profligate lords and sharp-tongued ladies, politicians, poets, painters, literary figures, historians, soldiers, sailors, clergymen, farmers, explorers, reporters are all to be found here. Some passages are over a page long, others not more than a line or two. So yeah, it just kind of tells you about this book. It sounds quite fascinating. It's a really interesting way of looking at history, right? As a book of days. So yeah, for each day, there's a little something that's been written there. So why don't we see what's happening today, which I believe is October 14th, I think. I went too far. I was daydreaming. That's okay. You can see a few of the pages. October 14th. Chip's Shannon Diary, 1940. Dinner proceeded, and suddenly Lambert, the butler, ushered in Harold Balfour. Black from head to foot, he had been standing in the smoking room of the Carlton Club, drinking sherry before going in to dinner. Suddenly, with a blinding flash, the ceiling had fallen, and all the club collapsed on them. A direct hit. Harold swam, as he put it, through the rubble, surprised to be alive, but soon realized that his limbs were all intact. He called out to his companions to see if they were still alive, and fortunately all answered. Somehow he got to the front door to find it jammed. At the moment he saw Lord Helsham being half led, half carried out by his son, Quinton Hogg. A few other individuals, headed by Harold, put their shoulders to the door, and it crashed into the street, and only just in time. By then a fire had started. Seaford House, across Belgrave Square, has also been struck, and that huge mansion where I have been to so many balls in old days. I wonder what happened to the famous green malachite staircase. Holland House too has gone, and I am really sorry. It seems that it is beyond repair. I have been thinking of the last great ball there in July 1939, with the crush, the Queen, and the world still a glitter. Harold Balfour was Parliamentary Under-Secretary for Air, 1938 to 44. The malachite staircase installed by Lord Howard de Walden survived the war. So this is a wartime writing. Insurance assessors look at the books in what remains of the library at Holland House in London after it was bombed October 1940. And that is the picture that they are referring to here of these insurance assessors looking in this burned out building. So an interesting piece of history. I almost feel like it could be kind of fun to read passages of this book to you, you know, on any kind of given day. Now I'm sort of like, maybe I shan't cut you up, book. This is what happens, right? Something becomes part of my idea. Oh, and here are the sketchbooks that I got yesterday. Both of them did not work for the palette book, but of course we're okay for that. Now we have the Swatch book sorted, but these one of two of them we're going to be doing a project for Patreon. They both, I was playing around in it yesterday, so I tore a couple of pages. One nice thing is they have perforations, both this one and this one, and I think I'm going to use this one because I kind of feel like, I don't know, I might just like to use this one more. This is like Coptic stitched glue. These are just like simple Artist's Loft sketchbooks from Michael's. So yeah, we'll be doing something with those. I need another sketchbook, like I need a peacock in my underpants, because yeah, we don't need any more of those. What else has been going on? Okay, so, oh, I have more things to show you. So I got this book, The Flower Garden Planner, this unique book with 140 press outs that show you how to plan your flower garden, patio, or window box and how they will really look. So it's got these like foldy outies, and they're quite pretty. All of them fold out quite large. Let me show you. So it's like, it begins here. Oh, hold on, let me get up a little higher so you can see. So see that? It's like a sky with trees here. Just a blank kind of page. Then we get to this, you know, outside the house. And then, so there's all these little slits here, these little perforations that you can punch out. These all have tabs on them, these little plants, to go into there. So you could kind of plan what the front of a house would look like. What should I put in pots and planters? What should I put on the ground? By sticking the tabs from all of these plants in there. And the back side is this really beautiful leafy paper, but then the rest of the book is these tabbed, like, beautiful tabbed pieces. Like, it's just, they're so useful as little perforated tabbed bits, right? And like they will completely punch out. See, there's like, it's all perforated around, and then there's a little plant index on this side, this little bound book, which you could kind of collage over the whole thing if you wanted to. It's pretty cool. And then there's a pocket at the back here, envelope used for unused flowers, so if you punch something out you can put it in there. So cool. Like, I don't see things in modern days like this. And also I was thinking, you know, I could take this and we could make a tall botanical journal. Lots of cool stuff. And then I got one other book that probably you've seen before if you've been here, but it is The Curious Naturalist, and I just love this book. And I found it where the shop, everything in there is like $1, and this cover is so nice. This book has two different covers. One is just a plain green and the other is this golden one, but it's all like photography of animals inside, and then there's some illustrated, like, large kind of pictograph, you know, 2 pages. There's a toad. So yeah, you can definitely harvest some things. There's also amazing content in here if you're like, you know, a nature person and horticulture person, those kind of things, naturalist sort of stuff. Anything to do with like the world and science, you'll enjoy this book. And it gives you lots of cool projects too, like making a pond viewer to look at the fish in the pond. And then it tells you about a lot of science and cool nature stuff and really fun pictures. This little crab. I was watching a BBC Earth documentary last night about like these little, are they fiddler crabs or hermit crabs? I can't remember. But you know, on this beach, and I can't remember where it was. I was going to sleep, so I'm kind of giving you the bits that I recall. It's a popular tourist area, and the tourists will often take a lot of seashells from there, even though you're not supposed to. So it leaves the crabs like with less options to move into a new shell, right? Because their body is soft at the back and it needs something to cover it to keep it safe. So at night, the cleaners on the beach will come along and they will pick up all the cans, bottles, jars, trash, and they'll put it all in big piles to be removed overnight. Except that they found that in the evening, when they were going to remove the trash, that all of the crabs were hanging out there because they were trying to find something that they could fit their bodies into perfectly. So it needs to be like a snug fit, not too tight, with a little room to grow, but mostly something they can hold on to. So it was interesting because they followed this one crab around, and he had taken like a sort of like a fish, like a sardine can, a tall sardine can, and he'd gotten his body in there, but like it's a smooth can, so it was harder to hold on to, making it harder for him to move around. But he was like, okay, I don't have any other options, I'm just going to use this can. And then eventually the people who worked at this beach, they started to at night just replace shells into the trash pile. They would put a bunch of like conch shells, different shells, for the actual homes, you know, to be reestablished for these crabs. So it was like sad but also charming that people can step in and do good by these animals. And yeah, there's always a way, I think. Okay, so that being said, I think that's all I have. Oh, other than this, I found this organizer basket with this ugly, like, weird print. But these are really nice baskets. And I found it, like, for $2 at our thrift store. It was $2, and it's like never been used, and it has like a zipper pocket on the side here that you can put stuff in, and it's got 2 handles. These are really great if you want to take like a junk journal kit on the go. See on the top there's more pockets and stuff. It's kind of hard to see, but like there's pockets on all the sides, like little pockets with Velcro tops, you know, and these are so good. Like if you wanted to go to like a cafe, I often do this, like I'll go to a cafe in an afternoon with my daughter with her homework and stuff, so like I can stick her homework in here that she has to do, and then maybe I'll put like some fussy cutting books in here, or you know, a little something. Like think of what kind of project you can do in that space, right? Like but yeah, I try to do that kind of thing. Sometimes I'll bring a glue stick and a bunch of white paper and some books that I want to make journal cards and tags out of, and I'll harvest them and back them and cut them into the shape of ephemera. So just that kind of stuff, like it's helpful. Okay, then Ziggles and Girls. So we're still working on Thank You for Being a Friend. I did make some medallions for the cover. So I've got all the signatures here. There's 12 of them. They have been pressed. They're so lovely. And then I have this fabric on the inside. I think you saw that. I need to trim the threads. So what I did with these, okay, so these are art pieces that I got from either Adobe iStock or Redbubble. I can't remember where I bought them from, but got them somewhere. And then I've cut out all 4 circles. I stitched them on to either this fabric or this fabric, just with a little border. And then I took Glossy Accents, which is this stuff here from Ranger. It's a clear dimensional medium. Covered it in that, and I basically just let them dry, and now we've got these nice glossy kind of jewelry like medallions. And then I stitched them back on again on the edge there where the fabric is. So now they're stitched on, and in the back of the sewing machine I just used yellow thread, so you can't really see it hardly at all on the back cover. This is something you could also do before you put your covers together, but I didn't really feel like it was all that impactful. So I'll just trim these threads. See, I was saying to my husband, I said, I'm feeling so like all over the place today. And I know it's because like I have to go to the office tomorrow. I have to interview someone. I've got so much to do and I'm kind of dreading like work life this week. So I said like, I feel like I want to work in my studio. I've got some things for Patreon that I need to get done. I got a bunch done already. I want to bake a bunch of things. I want to cook food, like do some food planning for the week for my kids' lunches. I want to harvest my garden. I want to go outside in nature and just like be alone. And I think I'm just kind of all over the place, my brain. And I'm taking a week off, I think, after this upcoming week when we have this big like kind of work planning session, because I just want to like exhale from a bunch of like busy stuff and nonsense and all sorts of it. So that's where I am. Then what else? Okay, so I need to put my materials together for this Golden Girls journal. Then I also started this. So this is the Man of the Forest, getting a start here. This little book's going to be quite cute. It's got some fun digitals. Look at that lovely old Man of the Forest. It's a Zane Grey book. Really fun digitals. Let's see. Yeah, all sorts of cool stuff. So we're building this little legend out as well as we go. And I haven't really been able to work on this week. I'm just I haven't selected signatures for it. I've got more stitching I need to do on it. And then I also need to decide if I want to do anything else with this cover before I seal it. It's got like some embossing here, but the book itself was red and I didn't like that. So I changed the color because I wanted it to be grungy and mossy. And I'm thinking I might be adding and stitching on some leaves or something, but I don't know. I'm not there yet. What else? Okay. Golden Girls. We've got all this stuff to deal with here. And put this here. So I'm trying to make ephemera for this book and also just sort out my ephemera. So this is like stuff to make pockets with, and pockets are what I need to make next, because like I need to put those in the book next. I've got all these great stickers that are going to be so helpful to this project. These are like large papers to make ephemera with that have great patterns. There's a cheesecake. And then I made these little chair pockets. That does not go with this. I'll put that up here. Then we have lots of pictures and art and things. I went on a little spree of downloading like free stuff, cutting stuff out of books, buying some designs, all sorts, just to get like a good amount of stuff. Now, I also have this children's book and I did tear it up, but I don't want to add a ton of this into it, I don't think, because I don't want to like morph the theme into like too children-y. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that. Do you like these kind of images for that book, or do you think a little bit but not too much, or do you think no, I don't really like it at all? I think they're quite charming. Like, I'm thinking I'm probably going to go a little bit, not a ton, but a little bit will be nice, because I think they're quite charming. And I also think some of the themes are so bang on, like, but the girls need to say goodnight to Miles and Stan first, so like, you know, they remembered the men of their lives kind of thing in this little book. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then the art of coloring the Golden Girls. So I've added some of the pages in there in the journal itself, but then we've got a ton of coloring book pages that we can use for fodder for making more ephemera. And then this stuff I also wanted to just put into ephemera type stuff. This is from this book, which is Thank You for Being a Friend, and it's really cool. So yeah, lots to do. So I think I might do probably this stuff and pockets. That's the plan, I think. So we'll put these bits over here, and these also need to get sorted. So this is just backgrounds, paper scraps for tabs and things. that goes with that children's book. And then I got some vintage bits and bobs that I want to include that go with the decor of like the era and the house itself. I also found that there's a podcast. I was listening to it on Spotify. It's a Golden Girls podcast, and it's like hosted by some guy. I don't know these people. A guy from like a true crime podcast, and a woman who's like from theater, and it's really funny. It's good. I liked it a lot. I listened to a couple episodes. I think it's called like Golden Girls, a deep dive maybe. If you look it up on Spotify, you will find it. Maybe I will link it in the description box below. And there's the printout again of those 4 images that I made the mandalas from, and that I made the tag, this one, with. So we'll keep those to the side too, to just kind of probably use them up. Then I like this bedroom suite. It reminds me of Blanche's like flowery bedroom suite with the leaves. These little like illustrations, I don't think so. Do this because the iconic bed made a real impression on me. Okay, these are like little cutouts. Set those aside. Over here, and more background papers. All right, I think we're mostly assembled into normalcy now. So this is a pocket. I've already put one in the book here. These are those awesome chairs that were in their sitting room. I wanted to start it off here, but I think I'll go back maybe to this page, which is the same again, and I'll do another pocket right there that's the same. So we'll stick that on now. And I think after I make this video, I might go clean up my kitchen, make some dark chocolate zucchini bread from the gigantic zucchinis that I have from my garden. And then probably start making a nice roasty toasty kind of dinner. We had a kind of untraditional Thanksgiving-y weekend. I just really wanted to hang out with the kids. I didn't want to slave over food like all day, so I didn't feel like having any company, so I didn't invite anybody over. I just wanted to like take it easy. So that's what I'm doing, and it's really exactly what I need. Yesterday we had we went for a nice bike ride as a family, and we had a picnic with Chinese food from one of our favorite Chinese places. It was so great. I said to my husband, like, this reminds me of like the Griswolds or something, like, you know, eating Chinese on Christmas Day became like their tradition or something. And I totally love that. I love that there's, you know, other cultures and that they do things differently. And, you know, you have some stores open that you can go to even when it's a holiday, to get like odds and ends. So I'm gonna tear this out, and I think I'm gonna keep the "thank you for being a friend" right there. Maybe. There we go. That's what I want. Now we'll get rid of that, and then wait, come on. There we go. It's just because it's got like a thin kind of plasticky layer. It makes it a little hard to tear. But yeah, we tore it. And see, there's the chair, Sophia. I want her wicker purse, and I want a bit of that chair. Good. I guess we could use that too, and we could put like a cutout on it. I think I like these, but I'm going to cut them out, I think, and maybe back them as pockets. Let's get scissors. Yeah, we'll do that. Now this, we might be able to keep that. That can go. Those we'll use on pockets. I'm going to keep this to from label in my scraps. And I like this "thank you for being a friend" with the cheesecake down there. That's kind of awesome. Just going to take a little of that off. And that might become a tip out, I think. Okay. Maybe today we'll make these first. And I will find 4 pieces of paper to go with this. So Blanche, I want something that will stand out. Let's use this for Blanche. Or not Blanche, I'm sorry. Rue McClanahan. She's Blanche. No, she isn't. I'm losing my mind. Okay. Then, yes, she is. She's Blanche. Then Dorothy. Looking prickly. Maybe we'll go with a cactus for Dorothy. Then Sophia and Rose. So Sophia, this will go for Rose because it's Rose. Sophia. I kind of like the birds for Sophia. Yeah, let's go with the birds. Okay. Set those aside with the rest of the stuff. Also have these backgrounds. So I think I'll start by just kind of cutting all 4 of these apart. And they need to be thickened with a backing so I can use them on a pocket. Sorry about that. For some reason my realtor's calling me. I don't really know why, but you know. Okay. That one we will cut out, and then I'm just going to cut these out sort of like along the shape. They've got like these purple kind of painty halos. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. All right, so let's make this all into a pocket. Glue these down. Okay. I'm going to use art glitter glue for this one because it's been thickened up a little. And I want this freeform kind of shape. And then we can decide like how we want to trim this down. really good. All right. Pocket 1. I love it. Maybe we'll put it in the book. Let's see. Let's go to the next signature that I don't have anything in and find the page. Oh, that will be great. Yeah, it's good on that page. Sweet. I had hoped to make like better progress on this journal, but you know, the busy seasons of our lives. That's good. Okay, let's go with Dorothy. So why don't I just back this first and then we can cut it out after. There's no sense cutting it out twice. Or 3 times actually. Who knows? Okay. These scrappy folders that were left over from some Mod Podging I was doing here. Perfect for this kind of project. Maybe I will back rows as well while we have this paper here. I've also been feeling very much like I would like to go fall camping, but I don't know if I really feel like going with kids or by myself. You know, sometimes you have to ask yourself, you know, am I up for this? And I don't know if I am. Okay. And then Sophia. But yeah, I love camping with my daughter. My son's a little too young. He can't like hack the speed of camping at his age. It's not wild enough for him. I think he has a hard time still. So he's too busy for camping. But my daughter is pretty good. But still, it's a lot to take care of another like human being when you just kind of need to take a deep breath and do what you want to do. And also, now that it's fall, there won't be like swimming. I think it'll be kayaking instead that I'll be doing. And the beach was like that good thing that I had to sort of keep the kids on track. And like I won't have that because it's not summer anymore. Okay, I'm going to go with this size pocket, I think. I do have another piece of this. I don't know if I should use both like I did in the height of the other pocket. It might be good though, because this is a pretty tall journal, so I could do this. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I like that. Just need a thin piece of paper. Here we go. Colorway planning. I was planning yarn colorways. That's what that is. I just need a surface to kind of stick this all down to. That's what I want. Oh geez, did I? Well, I guess I could do it this way. Yeah, we could do it this way. Yeah, right like that. Okay, all good. I thought, did I not leave myself enough space? But I guess it doesn't actually matter. I could really do it either way. Do I like it better like that or like that? this way because they're right side up. Yeah, like that. And then I can probably trim a little off the height of that. Yeah. Let's take a look at the next signature maybe. Got that bird page. I actually like it because her sweater has the purples. The purples kind of go with the birds nicely. Let's do that. There we go. Signature 3. And we need to separate the perforations on this paper. Okay. I love this paper so much. It totally inspired this project. It was one of like a couple things that just really inspired this project. It was sent to me by my lovely friend Heather. And some happy mail. And the moment I got it, I put it away into my Golden Girls bundle. I'm hoping this winter I can kind of try to get through all of the projects that I've got, like that have been hanging around that, you know, I've been wanting to get to. But it's always a battle between like old inspirations and new ones. Rose. Can we fit Rose on the other side here? I think this is tall enough actually with just that. That's good. I don't need two pieces on that one. They don't all have to be super tall pockets. And I can use Rose to cover the cutout in that paper. So we'll just keep that there. I was looking online the other day at something and I saw that Kathy Bates is Matlock now. I was thinking of these old shows, right? And like, I have not seen it. Has anyone seen it? What do you think? Does she make a good Matlock? I love Kathy Bates. I think she's such a brilliant actress. So yeah, I want to check that out for sure. I don't know what channel it's on, like what streaming service. My husband and I were saying to our kids like this week, you know, like, because we finally have our own old people things now that we can talk to our kids about. Like, when I was a kid, we couldn't stream anything. You just watched what was on TV, which was usually like your parents' programming. And it was probably like way beyond your years. Because there was no age-appropriate, gentle parenting type things. You just grew up with Nightmare on Elm Street and you liked it. But yeah. We were laughing about how things are so different and how the way that, you know, kids can just listen to whatever they want whenever they want. And I think it affects like their patience, definitely. Like they don't have as much patience as maybe we did as kids. Because they're used to that instant gratification, right? So we have a Blanche there. And That might be kind of cool. It needs to trim a bit though. Although I kind of like rose there too. That's nice on there. Yeah, let's go rose, and we'll just trim a little. Great little pocket on that background. But yeah, I'm happy to be like working on an actual project again. I think I'm feeling like there's a million different things I want to do, but a lot of them are like making more supplies, and I don't want to make any more supplies immediately. Like ephemera is okay, but like making more paper and that kind of thing I don't need right now, and I don't want to overload myself with stuff. Although I could make paper for the shop, definitely. Have this technique I've been rolling around in my head that I want to try, but it requires time, outdoor time, and yeah, we'll see if I get to it. Okay, so that's signature goes in here. All right, so we've done a good amount of stuff. So one thing I found that was really cool, I'll show you. So this is a blueprint of the house that the Golden Girls lived in, and it looks like it would have just been so cool. 6151 Richmond Street, Miami, Florida. So like you would come in, I guess, here. This is the lanai, and Blanche's bedroom is the one that's over here. And then this way there's a porch, and this is their living room, their veranda, kitchen that went into a laundry room, Dorothy and Sophia's bedrooms, this hallway, there's a bathroom here, and Rose's bedroom. So it's interesting to think about how like house layouts are, you know, a generous spreading kind of layout, but also one bathroom, a lanai and a porch and a veranda. And it's funny because, like, you know, on the show, like, Blanche was the one with the money. It was her house. We learned that, I think, in like maybe the second episode, when there's this like potential that Blanche is going to get married. And so, you know, Rose is the one to think like, great, what's going to happen to us? And so, yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing, like to think like, you know, and then also in the first episode, like the trailer episode of the show, they actually had a gay chef named Coco, but he only lasted the one episode, and I can't remember why that is, but like, also I think he like the gentleman who played Coco kind of died in a strange, dubious way, like in a car crash or on a railroad or something. I can't remember. It was very weird. I remember bits and pieces, but anyways, you know, it was funny to think that these were kind of women of like not great money, really. That's why they were renting from Blanche. And Rose, I think we learned that, you know, she's actually been without her husband, I think, since her late 40s. She's been a widow for a long time. And, you know, like you think about how that would like affect you financially and all of that kind of thing, because she was still working, you know, in the show. She still had a job. So it was like a really kind of interesting, sort of half realistic, half not realistic kind of show. But yeah, I don't know. It's such a cozy kind of show. I just liked that there was this this layout. And then I also found this really cool picture, if I can find it, of Rue McClanahan. Isn't she just gorgeous? She totally reminds me, like there's this like this look. I think they tried to copy it in John Waters' original Hairspray film with Amber Von Tussle. Yes. Like when she's in the end of they go to this, like, is it a prom, or like she's trying to become like kind of like the princess of the school, the whatever they call the prom queen or something. And this is totally the hair and the shoulders, like that look is so interesting and iconic. But yeah, I just found a lot of really cute, like, look at that picture of Betty White. Wasn't she just beautiful? They were all beautiful and really, really cool women. So yeah, I'm going to be working away on this book for a while, I think, and I will try to bring you along. And Anyhow, I think that's a video for today. I'm probably going to go drink a bunch of water and think about my baking, do some baking today. So I hope you had a cozy weekend. I hope you had a long weekend. If you're here in Canada, you're just kind of being cozy, and I will be back soon. So have a great day. Bye for now.